Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the racetrack tonight that is known as the ThunderBowl. So that right there should give you a little insight on what this place is all about. But in Tulare, California, welcome back to today's video, and excited to get things underway for night number 1 of the Dennis Roth Classic. Tulare is one of the most unique tracks in the country. I feel like it's very elbows up. You know, it's got wide, long straightaways with very tight corners. And things are just constantly changing. The night can start out fast and hooked up, or it can start out slick and go the other direction. It can get rough, it can get wide, it can develop a massive cushion on the fence, which you have to be literally right on the wall. So I always say this place has just about a little bit of everything, and you never really know what to expect. And that right there is what produces the excitement of the on-track action that we see from the stands or when you're in the car. But gonna get the night started here with KWS, expecting about 34 10s. Tonight, I believe, is very close to standard pay, and tomorrow's 18 grand to win. So gonna give it our best shot, try to get things started off on the right foot. So we're gonna have engine heat, hot laps, and then roll into qualifying. Start to the night here at the ThunderBowl. I think we're somewhere, we just finished up qualifying, went out really late, and we're somewhere around 18th quick. Went out late and just about the worst possible thing that you can have happen. So we went out in hot laps, we were top of the charts, but I was struggling with power steering because we got low on fluid because we had to replace the cylinder for the wing to move the wing because we had a problem with the previous one that was on the car. So we got low on fluid, filled it back up, and I was kind of out of sorts not having power steering. And then we also noticed an issue with my steering box where it had shifted back towards me. Well, I noticed that the bolts, I don't know if they were loose and they came out, but I didn't have any bolts holding it on the right side, which is like, that's sketch. I mean, it was in there, it probably wasn't going anywhere, but like it was moving around. So we didn't have a lot of time, so we were able to get one of the bolts in to try to hold it to go out for qualifying, and it just was, for some reason, even with one bolt in, it felt worse. So I don't know, that's not a good thing. And honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I probably should have pulled in. Once I went out there, noticed it started moving, but I just tried to run my 2 qualifying laps to get a time, but that was probably the dumb thing to do, and learn from my mistake on that, because it's not worth risk. It's just not worth risking anything. But in the moment you're going and it doesn't seem that bad, or it seems bad, and I don't even know how to explain it. So we're fixing it right now to try to get it mounted back properly. But imagine, you know, trying to go as fast as you are here at the ThunderBowl and you turn and it's just not right. It's not right. And so that's why obviously my time wasn't very good, but super sucks. Just not a lot we can do, but try to rebound, get things fixed up, and be ready for a heat. All right, so we got a pull a tear off so far for the night. We've had some issues to start, and we can't do anything to change them now. So ended up 18th quick, rolling off from 3rd row outside here in this heat race, so 6th. And they're taking the top 6 to the A. So we need to try to stay in a transfer spot, but also use this to try to get our race car better. You know, we were good in hot laps, but there were some feel issues, and then feel as far as how the car felt to me because of that power steering problem, and then qualifying, throw out the window. So we just gotta see where our car's at. We've been kind of trying to make adjustments as the track's changing, but it's still fast. Got some grip up top, up by the wall, and then a little bit down low. But try to make some gains here and try to see if we can move forward. not bad. Past 2 cars. Well, the 8-lap heat race is complete. That was kind of my first real laps tonight, and I would say the win in it was that we were able to go 6th to 4th. That was big to kind of advance forward. It's not going to help us in the overall scheme of things because the A main event lineup goes back to your qualifying time, so unless we won that heat race from the 3rd row, nothing was gonna change. But still kind of good that we were able to get up on the wheel and you know, make a pass. I worked both lanes as well. The bottom has grip, the top has grip. The racetrack's wide, but it's still fast in both lanes, and it's mainly just about carrying some momentum. But we're gonna work on trying to get our car a tiny bit better. What I'm struggling with right now is my feel. I don't feel like I think my car is getting down enough, but it doesn't feel like it. When I get in the corner, it's almost like I'm a little rigid on the right rear. So we're gonna kind of work on that setup wise and, you know, kind of throw what we can at it for the A main event. We don't really have a lot to lose starting as far back as we are, but gonna go check out the racetrack right now, and then we will have the A main event in a little bit. So they're just rolling in the racing surface with all the push vehicles, but it's pretty clear as the sun's going down, it almost seems like the grip is staying in the racing surface. It's almost actually coming back. We can't get down and see the corners where it was kind of slicking it off a little bit, but it's just apparent that, you know, even with no work, no water that they've thrown on since we started running earlier, it's just it's not really going away, and we don't have a crazy amount of laps left between the 2 dashes they have coming up, and then I think a B main and 2 A mains. So starting deep where we're gonna be, it's gonna be crucial just to try to get going and take advantage of any mistakes made from the guys in front of us. Okay, they're calling 410s out right now, just got all strapped in. 2 things I was wrong about. One was the format. I kind of thought that everything was going to revert back to qualifying, but actually to our advantage, moving forward in that heat race helped us. So instead of starting, you know, maybe in the 9th row, we're rolling off from 12th, so we're in row 6. So right there in the middle of the pack. The other thing was I didn't realize they worked the track for a minute right after our heat races, so that's kind of why this moisture is coming back. They just ran 360s for their 25 laps. We now have 30, and it's just, you know, it's kind of starting to get wider again, but it's still, you know, really quick, and I think it might be difficult to pass early on here. So gonna make the most of it, try to, you know, maintain early, make moves if we can, but definitely try to be there at the end as hopefully the racetrack, you know, just gets better and better, and we're gonna be able to move around. Is the front axle all destroyed or what? I got you. If it's just the front wing, but I think it's just the front wing. If your drag link's straight, you're good. Okay.
Okay, good. Hey, don't go, just go. The only place you go first. Just watch what you're doing.
Wait, what about air pressure?
probably 2 or 3 yellows early on. I bumped up a row, and then I was running around 10th, 11th. I think I fell back on the actual start that went green. Then I got caught up in the incident, which did this damage here, also destroyed a nose wing. Luckily my guys, and thanks to a couple other people, my buddy Caleb, like they got my nose wing changed, and in that crash it really just damaged that because I think it just fell on the front of the car. Everything else appeared to be fine, but I had to go to the back. I was probably somewhere around 22nd maybe to 24th, and then I probably worked my way back up to, it felt like I was just outside the top 10, maybe around 12th, I'm not 100% sure. And I was just being a dummy and I hit the tractor tires as I just kind of got out of sorts for a couple laps. I was running okay, then I got passed, and then I kind of tried some stuff and I didn't feel great on the top, but I was kind of more committed to the bottom and I was getting around there okay, little inconsistent, and then I hit a tractor tire and I was like, for sure that did some damage, which looking from a distance, I actually don't think it did as much damage as I thought. Besides maybe, I think it probably bent the axle. It did something for sure, but you know, I thought for sure I was gonna lose steering. So just an unfortunate way to end the A, and sucks that we even were back in the spot that we were. I think if we would have missed that crash early, you know, we probably would have been more around 5th to 10th, or you just don't know. We didn't get any green flag laps there for the longest time, but just disappointed that happened. That really sucked. That was a stupid mistake on my part, but at the end of the day, the car was, you know, it was pretty good. We were in traffic kind of the whole time, and it's just the racetrack was also tricky tonight, as there was a lot of grip down low, but it was rough, and the top was, you know, thin against the wall, and you had to hustle. Well, night number 1 at the ThunderBowl for the weekend is complete. Got our car all cleaned up, maintenanced, and unfortunately did have to change an engine. That was another part of our chaos for the night that I don't even think got talked about, but we noticed an issue where we lost a lot of oil after the heat race, ran it in the A, and lost even more. And my dad kind of just saw a lot of signs pointing towards the engine might be on its, maybe being on its way out. So he's like, we're gonna pull it. It's already close to the end of its cycle, so swapped engines. We'll have a new power plant, or you know, our spare power plant in for tomorrow. But that would have just been the cherry on top if we would have had an engine failure in the feature. Just a difficult night, and as I always tell you guys, that's a part of racing. But from the drop, it wasn't even like it just happened somewhere in the middle, but hot laps, we had a good time, but power steering issue, steering box issue, that led into a steering box issue in qualifying. Being in the back of our heat race, we still moved forward, but still started, you know, mid-pack in the A main event and ended up in that crash. And if we would have got through that, we would have been sitting good, because we would have gained multiple positions and would have been farther closer to the front. But went to the back, and I thought I did an okay job getting back through, but and then made my mistake. But like I said, just one of those nights you literally have to pull a tear off and put it behind you, and it's just part of our process of us trying to get going for 2023 and find that rhythm and that speed. And I know we're gonna get there. We just got to keep our heads down. We got to keep digging, moving forward, and you know, not let stuff like this hinder us. So thank you guys for your support. Thanks to all our great partners. Like I said, tonight is behind us, and we're on to tomorrow for the Dennis Roth Classic Night number 2, and it's $18,000 to win. So if we can perform good tomorrow and be on our A game, that'll be a good one to run well at. We'll see you guys all there. Deuces.